2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, a vast continent man knows little about. But now, with the invention of the aqualung, parts of this new world are open to discovery, as thousands of fascinated amateur divers are finding out. Only 8 years old in Britain, this new sport already has more than 15,000 followers here, and one of them, Lee Kenyon, has been instructing Prince Philip, who is now president of the British Sub-Aqua Club. Britain's diving gear manufacturers are selling more than 2,000 of these aqualungs a year. Simply, they are cylinders of compressed air strapped onto the back, sometimes over a skin-tight suit. An old-style diver relies on air pumped down from a boat and is encased in a suit like these, which are coming from the vulcanizing oven. They must, of course, be completely watertight and heavily weighted to keep the man down, which makes them cumbersome to move or work in. And, of course, the diver is restricted to the length of his air supply pipe. Aqualung equipment is light and costs about £70 a complete set, but can usually be borrowed from the club, and in effect turns a man or woman into a fish. But of course there's a catch in it. Man has to learn to swim underwater. With over 100 instructors at 80 branches, the Sub-Aqua Club holds courses in swimming baths and lakes like this one near Snowdon. Tight-fitting rubber suits keep the cold out in British waters. For these learners, first it's snorkeling with rubber flippers, mask and snorkel. Depth gauge and compass can be useful. The watertight mask covers eyes and nose, while the snorkel, clear of the surface, allows breathing through the mouth. The safety boats stand by. A deep breath and they dive to get used to underwater conditions, to learn to use the flippers efficiently, and above all, to get confidence. Below water, the snorkel fills, so blow when surfacing. More advanced divers get into lungs. Breathing is the same as snorkeling, but now the air supply comes from the cylinders, enough for about 30 minutes near the surface. The golden rule of diving is never, never dive alone. And don't go too deep too quickly. Go down slowly and come up slowly, for the pressure of the water at 30 feet is twice that at the surface. And don't wear earplugs, say the experts. You can burst an eardrum if you do. When the ears begin to hurt from the pressure, swallow to clear it. If it doesn't clear, come up slowly. And don't stay in too long. It gets cold down there. City branches of Sub-Aqua Clubs meet weekly at indoor swimming pools, summer and winter. Apart from elementary training, there are also courses for more advanced divers. Every course is based on a fundamental fact: safety. In 8 years, the British Sub-Aqua Club has a record of no fatalities. Below water, the lungs should be used like a part of the body, instinctively. One test is to get into it underwater. Not easy. First, he must get air. Then he can take time to get the lung on. Another exercise is changing masks underwater. Once on, the mask is cleared of water by blowing out through the nose. Coastal clubs, like this one at Brighton, have their own boats and dive regularly off the coast during summer weekends. All in, it costs a diver about £10 a year. Wrecks are favourite hunting grounds. They anchor over the wreck, hoist the diving flag, and for safety, the skipper records each diver as he goes down. There's a broken ship down there to rummage in and explore. And where there's a wreck, there are lobsters and crabs for dinner. Real beauties. And here's the sort of treasure that every weekend diver dreams of. The centerpiece of a ship's wheel. The steamship Indiana, built 1889. Records show that she sank here in a gale in 1901. The Navy is using this free diving too. For hull maintenance work, each ship now carries a team of part-time aqualung divers, and naval facilities are also made available to amateurs. This team, which represented Britain at an international spearfishing competition, trained in the 100-foot naval tank at Portsmouth, the deepest in the country. It takes perfect physical fitness and months of hard training to get down to these depths on a lungful of air. Down and down to the 80-foot mark. Spear fishermen don't wear aqualung, or shouldn't. In fact, any killing of fish when the hunter wears an aqualung is frowned upon in this country as unsporting. Some continental countries have made it illegal, punishable by a heavy fine. Spear fishing should be with mask and snorkel only. It's more difficult. But shellfish, lobsters, crabs and the like are considered fair game to anyone, anywhere. Though not, of course, by the local fishermen. Down again. The one with a spear gun this time. 70 feet. 80. It must be a relief to start going up again. The home of aqualung diving is the Mediterranean, where it was all started 20 years ago by a Frenchman. Today, these waters are the favorite annual jaunt for many British divers. Equipment may be hired at some resorts, temperatures are more comfortable than ours, and most important, the water is usually very clear. Fish, however, are often scarce. But the lucky diver may come across pieces of ancient wine jars or complete jars over 2,000 years old. Weighted so that he neither sinks nor rises, his pedaling feet push him up, down or along, wherever he wants to explore. He can safely go down to 150 feet. Experts have been down to more than 300 feet. And so long as he's fit, there's no age limit to this fascinating new world that the aqualung has given us by turning man into fish.